Well, hello everyone. It is Umber Rays here doing a bit of a video update for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Sometimes it's like, hey, are you covering news? Well, this is kind of just a hangout video slash talking about what's been going on, both in the Final Fantasy world as well as just kind of hanging out and showing progress and maybe getting some advice from people if they have good ideas for how to improve my account. So let's get into it and start talking about where essentially I am right now, what progress I've made since my last video. And it has been a while since I did my previous video. I've done obviously some polls. I've been playing through the event, the Beach Festival Fun, which actually is pretty good. I haven't had to do too terribly much with it to really feel all that successful, but for me who plays roughly only about an hour every day, it's pretty nice to have this event where I can get a bunch of resources that it feels like I need. I can start trying to get just all the stuff I really don't have time to overly farm. And to that point, I definitely feel like I've made ways into feeling like I'm generally more powerful. I'm running this team now. I feel like I have some good equipment. The umbrella, even though it's obviously not optimal, has made me feel like I have some progress and, unlocking some new limit bursts, making progress on individual characters and leveling. I feel like I'm slowly getting there and being able to do some of the more of the content. It's been a nice steady progress. As I think I've said before, one of the things I really didn't like about the beta of this game was just how it felt more like a brick wall a lot of the time, where currently it feels like I'm always having places where I can upgrade. And there's content creators out there who are in the massive power levels and doing everything and all the most difficult stuff. And me, I'm perfectly happy to just be, very casual and free to play and showing that you can actually progress and enjoy the game. So talking about a few things, I've finished story of Crisis Core and Final Fantasy VII. I haven't finished First Soldier. I like the First Soldier characters that much, and I think the First Soldier story is rather uninteresting, mainly because I'm a lot of the time against over-explaining a villain. Like, for instance, do we really need to know Sephiroth? Not overly. I mean, sure, it's more information. The people who are big fans on that, I think you'll enjoy it, but for me, I'm plenty love this series and Final Fantasy VII content, but I don't feel like I really needed that much of an explanation. I've been skipping mostly co-op. I'm pretty happy to say that I was, I don't know if this is considered luck or just randomness, because I haven't actually done a ton of research, more just enjoying things. But getting my first little green chocobo in the background, which I love because green is just my favorite color, so happy to see that. And one of the big things that I'm really trying to get to, that I'm working toward, maybe talking a little bit more about my goal, is just doing the summon quests and getting the espers, because this probably isn't super impressive for some people out there. Like, these weapons, from what I've seen, are not considered to be the best in any way, shape, or form. They're not incredible, they're not amazing, they're not the best pieces of equipment. I really love design behind weapons that are themed after a major component of Final Fantasy, which is espers. Final Fantasy 16 had something kind of similar to this, of like weapons designed after certain characters, but focused towards the main character. And I really love those designs, and I love those designs in general. But yeah, this is probably where I'm focusing a lot of my effort. I've beaten Shiva for the first time. I've beaten Ifrit, and seeing just hard 1 and hard 2, very hard and very hard 2, being so far away. Maybe it's just because I haven't been focusing on dungeons too much, but it does feel like maybe this is where I really want to get to eventually. And whether that's weapons or just gotcha to get improve weapons better, I'm always curious if there's something I missed. Probably, materia is something I could spend more time upgrading. But of course, it's not just that, it's content. So I'm waiting for a new event, I'm waiting for a new banner to see if there's anything fun and interesting with that, and of course, story updates. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. So we're gonna do a little bit of farming here in the background while we talk about some of the stuff that I've seen in the Final Fantasy. And I'm going to be general because some people have already decided that Rebirth is exactly what they want, and they probably don't want to see any more media, but I am going to, because it does fill essentially recording of it is the goal of my day after a long. So yes, obviously the Rebirth trailer that came out in the State of Play, I did a video about that. It was really cool. I'm very excited for that game. And now, as of today, the gameplay previews from a lot of outlets have come out, showing off just what the game looks like, how it runs, a lot of the opening areas of the game, and it looks super cool. Already seen some changes reported from certain things, like to facilitate story and characters a little bit better. But that's also pretty cool. And at this point, boy, the wait to February might be just a little too long for me, because it is one of the games that I'm the most excited about. But lots of previews out there if you do want to see it. And it's early enough in the game that I don't think you have to worry too much, but you kind of get to see chocobos, you kind of get to see what the areas look like, how combat is handled, a lot of movement, and there's a few concerns that I have. I think that generally navigating some of the areas is maybe a little confusing. I'm wondering if will be probably changed, because it's still 4 months. So if they wanted to put in some more UI from feedback, that's probably capable. Oh, did I forget to adjust this party? Apps. I guess I'm retiring from. But yeah, ever always excited about Rebirth. It's one of those things that I've personally decided that this is one time where I'm not going to do the thing I usually do, which is when a game comes out, I'm just stream it. Like, I'm interested in streaming Cyberpunk 2.0 and Liberty City. I'm interested in streaming. Sorry, streaming is the correct word. Streaming a bunch of different things, including Separate Ways for Resident Evil 4. I'm excited about all of that stuff, but I think Rebirth is just a game that I'm just going to leave the internet for a couple of weeks before and after it comes out, and just kind of do something I normally don't do, which is just play through the game for myself, not for views or anything like that, because it's difficult when you're just a part-time streamer and a part-time content creator, because you can't focus on it, which means that other people who are focused on it are going to be out making all of that content, and you usually feel like you end up falling just a little behind, a little bit too far behind, back to really get enough attention that you're building your channel super much. Like, being a content creator, man, it would be so cool if I was successful enough and focused enough that I could even be invited to one of these Final Fantasy preview events. That would be super cool, but I'm not on that radar. Not yet, anyway. If anyone out there is friends with someone in the biz, please give you a shout out in all my videos for the rest of time if you know, let me know. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. I've seen the gameplay and I'm all for it. I was a big fan of Remake, played through it a bunch of times, currently replaying through it again just because I can. And oh shoot, didn't I? That limit burst at the perfect time because the AI switched it. But, you know, I'm going to keep it generally vague. I'm not going to talk about anything specific in this video because some people out there might just want to keep it as a surprise, which, you know, that might be something I kind of do want to do even. Or just I really, really want to go in and just be super surprised. It's going to be awesome. But getting there, of course, long time away. And we are still many, many months before we're finally going to get that game. But, you know, maybe a demo, if at all possible. Demo would be really, really cool. I would love to see a demo for that game for all of us to play, and Square Enix has been really good about demos, so probably, you know, January-ish I could see them throwing out a demo. Oh, Aerith's still alive. And she dies right at the end. Perfect. I don't know if that one... Oh, wait. Anyway. So yeah, not too terribly long of a video this time around because just a bit of an update if there's new content out. I'm hoping for some more stuff in this game, as always, because I'm enjoying playing it for roughly about an hour and a half a day. It's just perfect. I feel like it's been generally... Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and see you next time. If you would like to throw any of your thoughts about what I should be focusing on more than anything, or what I should be ignoring, or just if you want to say that Rebirth looks cool, that would be appreciated. Thanks so much for watching.